Hey, Amy here with Amy Preps. Today I'm going to be putting wheat berries away in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers in order to extend the shelf life significantly. So that's what we're going to be messing with today, so stick around as we play on Amy Preps. Are you ready to get started? I know I am, so let's jump in and let's do this thing. So the first thing that we're going to need is something to put away. Today I am putting away einkorn wheat berries. This is really super cool. If you're not familiar with einkorn, your homework for today, look it up, check it out. It's pretty super great. Goes back, what, a million gazillion years, something like that. I think, you know, when God made Adam and Eve and einkorn all the same day, pretty sure that's what happened. I found this really cool book, by the way. If you want to check it out, found it on Amazon. It's pretty super awesome. We're also going to need something to put our product into. So I brought my Mylar bags with me. I have this great big monster size 5-gallon Mylar bag, which fits really well into my bucket, and I'll show you that in a sec. Brought a 2,000 cubic centimeter or cc of oxygen absorbers that fits really well inside that 5-gallon Mylar bag. I have a 1-gallon Mylar bag. This is my favorite size and I use it often. I like that size. It pairs very well with the 500 cc oxygen absorber. I also have the quart size with me today too. So this is a little quart size Mylar bag and it pairs very well with a 100 cc oxygen absorber. When you're trying to decide what size Mylar bag to use, there's a couple questions to ask yourself. A couple things might be how many people are in my family or my loved ones that might be relying on this food. How fast are you going to cycle through it once you open it? You know, how fast are you going to go through your product, basically? So if you have a ginormous family of like 50, 60, 70 people, I'm just getting a little extreme, you know, going straight to the 5-gallon Mylar bag, you're going to eat that food pretty quickly. If you have kind of a medium-sized family and you plan on, you know, going through and cycling through your food, gallon size works great. If you want to choose a quart size, this might be for maybe 1 or 2 people. Also, maybe some smaller things. I like to put sugar in here, salt, seasonings, things like that too. So that's a great little size for those kind of things also. All right, we need a heat source. So that's the way we're going to seal up this Mylar. It's crazy simple. It's just heat applied to the Mylar and it's going to melt itself to itself in order to seal it. Is that a word? Melt itself to itself? I think it is. Let's go with it. So here's a great little thing. Got my hair straightener. Yes, this works well. Love it. Also, another option would be an iron. And look at this little tiny guy. I found him. He's travel size. I love him. He's so cute. That's for you, Abby. Anyway, so yes. So iron, we're going to give that a try today too. This is going to come in really handy. Move over, einkorn. Here is our box that we're going to use. So whenever we open up our product and put it into the Mylar, it's going to fall all over the place. I promise you, get your vacuum ready. Things are about to get messy. It's going to happen. Yeah, it's all good. Listen, we've all done it. I found if you find a decent sized box, you can put your Mylar bags inside, fill those puppies up, and it's very, very helpful. We're also going to use this little wooden dowel. I prefer a 1x1 or a 2x2 because it doesn't roll like this does. But what we're going to do is we're going to lay it over the box, lean that Mylar over it, and we can use that iron that way. This comes in real handy. One of the things that I learned right off the bat is when you have 25 pounds of something and you're trying to pour it into something, it doesn't go so well. So we're just going to open it up, scoop it out, and go that way. Just so much easier. Live and learn. The Sharpie, need the Sharpie. If you don't have a Sharpie, run out and get a Sharpie. You need it. The reason is, what we're going to do is we're going to write on that Mylar when it's nice and flat. I like to put what is in it, the month and the year, and that way whenever you put your food away, a couple of years down the road, it's not a surprise. You know what's in there. Grab yourself a mason jar. This is going to come in real handy after you open those oxygen absorbers because those babies start working. And after you've got them all where you need to go, if you have extras left over, shove them inside, throw the lid on airtight until the next time you need them. Another mason jar. Love my mason jars. This one is for when I open my Mylar bag and I'm cycling through my food. I dump it in here. Looks pretty on my counter, and that way I don't have to go to the grocery store and pay 5 times what I just paid for my food in bulk, which is kind of cool. Works out really well. Money saver. Yeah, love it. All right, and we've got our food grade 5-gallon bucket lid, and I've got my rubber mallet to pound that baby on there when we're ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our Mylar bags inside. This is going to add an extra layer of protection. The cool thing is that it's got the little handle so you can move them around as you need. They're stackable. These things can go pretty much anywhere, so super great idea. All right, Sharpie in hand, let's do this thing. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to tell our future selves what in the heck is in this bag. Look at that, we're ready to go. I'm expecting to fill up about 4 bags with my product. So let's open her up and get busy. Let's do it. I think you can rip it. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Yes, I can. Ooh, baby. That looks nice. So if you haven't seen wheat berries before, let me enlighten you. These are wheat berries. Kind of cool, right? Oh, by the way, I washed my hands before we started. Please do that, especially if you have the kiddos helping you out. They're snotty little hands. You don't want them all inside your food, right? No, that's just gross. So wash your hands, put on some gloves. Let's be sterile about this. Here we go. The first bag. Let's do it. There we go. Look at that. I like to kind of shake it as we go. And the way I fill this up is I want it to be about 3/4 of the way full. So my goal, if you can see this, is I want to be able to close the top, but not have a huge air pocket in there. So you can kind of see about how much I have inside this little bag, right? Get a good feel for it? There you go. Let's do it again. All right, let's give that a try. I think that's a good amount. Shake her up, shake her up. Oh yeah, I can close that just fine. Not too big of an air pocket. I like that. That looks good. Right? You could put a lot in these things. You'll be surprised. If you go with a gallon, like, how much can it hold? It can hold a lot. I'm telling you. All right, here we go. Bag number 3. Let's do it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, I have enough for maybe a half a bag left, but here's what I want to do. I think I want to go ahead and put them in my mason jar because I do want to make some bread later. So instead of putting it all away, I'm going to hang on to some. Pretty little mason jar. You know what? I think I can safely pour it from here. There's not a whole lot left. We can do it. Looks nice, right? what I did earlier is I went ahead and heated up my heat source. So I have, my hair straightener is plugged in, ready to go. This baby's hot, ready to do its job. I also went ahead and plugged in the iron. I'm gonna put it way over here because I didn't want to get burned. Don't burn yourself. Use caution, especially if you got little kiddos around, right? That's important. Don't open your oxygen absorbers until it's time. You want to make sure that your heat source is hot, ready to go. Your bags are full, ready to go. And the last thing that we're going to do is open those oxygen absorbers, and we're going to shove them in there, and then it's time to start sealing. Are you ready? Now's the time. We're going to do it. So here's a really cool tip. If you want to find out if your oxygen absorbers are good or not, there's a little tip. They're actually pretty pliable. There's a substance inside, it's iron, and has some other minerals inside that react to oxygen and they oxidize basically. So if they're no good, if they've already been used up and they've sucked up all the oxygen and they've done their thing and they've kind of done their little rusting thing or whatever it is that they do inside that little packet, it becomes like crunchy, sort of. So that's a good way to find out if your oxygen absorbers are still good, if they're pliable and you kind of feel the little powdery inside, or if they're kind of crunchy and breakable. They're no good then. Also too, another tip, make sure you watch for this whenever you're purchasing oxygen absorbers. These little guys are loose inside. Can you see that? All juggling around inside there. I would not use these. Let me show you how they should look. This is how they should look. Airtight, not jiggling around. That's no good, right? They're all kind of loosey-goosey inside there. I wouldn't use these, just to be on the safe side. So let's do it. Heat source is ready. Everything's inside. Open them up. Let's go. Ooh, I got that on there good. Oh, one just popped out at me. They feel good. So we're going to shove them right down inside. These do heat up a little bit, by the way. So once they're doing their thing and absorbing the oxygen, they do get a little warmer. Some people will say, oh, by the way, lid back on, airtight again. They're good to go. So I can use them again later. Sometimes you will see online or other places that you can use hand warmers to kind of do the same thing. You know what, I kind of caution you against that. They're not food grade. I don't know if I put them in the food. So let's stick with the food grade oxygen absorbers. Probably your better bet. Let's do this. First one I'm going to use is my hair straightener. So we got this little guy. I'm just going to kind of pull it tight here. Clamp it across the top for maybe 3 or 4 seconds. Doesn't take very long. Boom. It's that easy, seriously. I'm going to go across the top. La la la. I'm going to get almost to the ends, but not quite to the end because I'm going to press the air out. That's looking really good. Let me kind of see if I can show you over here a little bit better. You see that? Yeah, I think you can. So I'm going to press it over. I'm pushing the air out. Oh, I heard it. So I'm kind of pressing. I just want to press as much air out as I can. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish. Oh, switch hands. That'll be a little bit easier, I think. Maybe. Let's do it. We can do it. Press and seal. Oh, I got it. There we go. Did it. So that thing is, ooh, that's a little warm to the touch. That thing's sealed all the way across the top. Look at that. A little extra measure. That's sealed. And it's as easy as that. Look at that baby. It looks good, right? Let's put it to the side. All right. I love the hair straightener. Let's do one more time, and then I'll show you the iron. Here we go. I'm going to be very careful so that these things don't fall down and spill. I'm doing pretty good so far today, right? I think so. Here we go. Looking good. Looking good. Press out the air. we go. Aha! Einkorn number 2. Good and ready to go. Aha. Okay. So let me go ahead and show you how to do this using the iron. With this little guy, we're going to lay him over your box. We're just going to lean the I think you can see that right there. So we're just kind of leaning the Mylar on top of the wooden dowel. Apply heat. Crazy, silly, simple. It works. Super easy. Now with this one, this is a little tall. I kind of prefer them a little shorter. Oh, I think I sealed it all the way. Did I seal it all the way? I can't even press out the air. Oh, there we go. There we go. Pressed out the air. And I think, this is a little high, the top of this. So whenever I smush it down, I can't lay it back against my little rod. I probably could. Let's see. Let's make it work. I'll do it. I'm just going to hold it up a little higher. Oh yeah, that worked out just fine. Okay, so you can kind of see that little seal there, right? It looks pretty good all the way across. Yeah, we did it. There we go. Aha! Okay, that looks pretty good. So when choosing a box, I think I would choose something next time that's going to be a little bit lower. So whenever I put the piece of wood across the top, I should be able to get to it, squish it out, and lay it back over that, nicely. Because it was kind of reaching up a little high for me. I didn't like that too much. Einkorn number 3. We did it. Not too much of a mess today. I've only got a little bit to clean up, so it's not too bad at all. So we want to put our new product down inside the bucket. Here's the best and easiest way to do that. Just lay it on its side. Just like that. Don't want to burn myself. Let's get rid of those. Take your product that you just put away. If it's rice, if it's bean, if it's einkorn. We're just going to slide it right in there. Just like that. Let's do it again. I like to kind of flatten them out a little bit, It just makes it easier to get them all in there, especially when you have a bunch. Look at that. All right. Just makes it easier. Especially if I had 4 of them in there, or different sizes or something. Whenever you start shoving them inside, it's just going to be a little bit easier. Sometimes if there's not enough room at the top, you can maybe lay something on top there too. Works that way. I'm not going to pound the lid on this guy just yet, because I'm going to give it about 24 hours. Just wait. I always like to double check and make sure that it's kind of sucking down and doing its job. I did some the other day though. Let's check that and see how that's looking. Tight. Aha! So, what I did this weekend, was it this weekend? Yeah, it was this weekend, is I put away black rice, was one of the things. And is this my black rice? I think it is. Yeah, look at that. So, see how it's nice and brick-like? Yeah, I like that. So, all of them actually look really pretty good. They all look kind of brick-like and everything. So I like that. Ooh, let's do it, shall we? Black rice. Black rice. Oh, here's another thing. This one has not been labeled. So I'm going to go ahead and also label the outside of my 5-gallon bucket. Black rice. Done. Here we go. Ready? So the way this works, works is you just pop it on. I like to get one side and go all the way around. Yeah, that's just so satisfying, I gotta tell you. So that's on there good. That baby's good. It's ready to go. We'll stack it up with the rest of their little friends. And I got my black rice. Guess what we're gonna do? 9-year-old elbow macaroni. We're gonna open this up and see how it's looking. And I'm gonna cook it later and see how it works. See how it tastes. I heard it go. Like when you open coffee and it goes, you just smell the coffee. Oh, it's amazing. Ooh, looks like macaroni. Smells like macaroni. It must be macaroni. Crunchy little packet. Think it's this thing. Yeah. Look at that. 9-year-old macaroni. And we're going to try it and see. Now, I really don't think I would maybe trust this to go, 10, 20, 30 years or so, just because it's not a food in its whole form. But, I really didn't know any better back when I first started, kind of doing all this stuff. So, let's try it. It smells a little interesting. I'm going to cook it. We're going to try it. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know. Let's see. What else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting to tell you? What are your questions? Do you have questions? Oh, do you have questions? Ask me. Right below. I'll answer back. Hey, this was so much fun. I'm so glad that you stuck around with me today as we were playing with our Mylar bags and our oxygen absorbers. And really, seriously, you can do this for real. So get the stuff, just do it, just make a mess. Try not to burn yourself, and put your food away. So it'll be fun. It's kind of a fun little project, fun little hobby that could really help you out one day in the long run. So thanks for hanging out with me today on Amy Preps, and I'll see you again next time.